Hello, everyone. What's going on? Back again with Hello, everyone.
Oh, hold on. We got some shit going on.
What's
Second.
going on?
Some double
Back
stuff.
again with Hello, everyone.
Oh, hold on. We got some shit going on.
Lord. What's
It's just
going
looping.
on?
Some double stuff.
Back again with Hello, everyone.
Oh, hold on. We got some shit going on.
Lord. What's
It's just
going
looping.
on?
Some double stuff.
Back again with Hello, everyone.
Oh, hold on. We got some shit going on.
What's
It's just
going
looping.
on?
Some double stuff.
Back again with Hello, everyone.
Oh, hold on. We got some shit going on.
What's
It's just
going
looping.
on?
Some double stuff.
Back again with Hello, everyone.
Oh, hold on. We got some shit going on.
What's
It's just
going
looping.
on?
Some double stuff.
Back again with Hello, everyone.
Oh, hold on. We got some shit going on.
What's
It's just
going
looping.
on?
Some double stuff.
Back again with Hello, everyone.
Oh, hold on. We got some shit going on.
What's
It's just
going
looping.
on?
Some double stuff.
Back again with Hello, everyone.
Oh, hold on. We got some shit going on.
What's
It's just
going
looping.
on?
Some double stuff.
Back again with Hello, everyone.
Oh, hold on.
Hello? Anything? Hello? Okay. Hello? Holy! Is it going to get anything? Again? Hello? Okay, hello? Can you hear me now? Anything. Okay, hello? Oh. Okay, hello? Can you hear me now? They just exploded it again. Anything. Okay, hello? Oh. Okay, hello? Can you hear me now? They just exploded it again. Anything. Okay, hello? Oh. Okay, hello? Can you hear me now? They just exploded it again. Anything. Okay, hello? Okay, hello? Can you hear me now? They just exploded it again. Anything. Okay, hello? Can you hear me now? Why? Exploded it again. Because of our Facebook outage today.
God damn it. God damn it. Aha. I think this might be right. Try that. Wait, I gotta turn. Hold on.
Okay, we're trying it again.
Can you hear it in your headphones?
I can hear it in my headphones. Can you guys hear me talking? God, everybody left.
Really?
Well, I mean, I think our two.
Yeah, it's okay. Fuck me. Good Lord. Sorry, Jesus.
Connor and
Sorry,
Zach are
guys.
probably still here.
We haven't done this a couple weeks. I've been using my computer for something else, and there's some weird shit. I don't even want to get into it. But anyways, fuck. Sorry. Lost everybody pretty much, I think. But we're back. So, yeah, what kind of operation y'all running over there? Hey, man. I don't even, yeah. Sorry. Anywho. Hey, Jake. What's going on?
Oh, not much, just sitting down for a good quality podcast here this evening.
Yeah, it seems to be that way. With the most terrible shit. Good Lord, man. We had so many people and everybody just backed out because I fucked it up. So sorry about that, guys. I got a couple things to talk about, but first off, what's going on in the shop this week, or the past 2 weeks, should I say?
Everything. Quite literally everything. As soon as the sun hits, everybody brings their stuff in. I have like 6 bikes lined up to tune. I have 3 ZX10s just sitting in there in a row. It's just so much stuff. So if you wanted to beat the rush to get your bike in, you missed it.
Anything in particular exciting?
And parts are trickling in for that 10RR build.
Ooh.
But
I think we lost legitimately everybody except maybe Conrad. I think so.
yeah, it kind of looks that way.
Yeah, I've been busting some stuff out lately. It's been pretty busy. Like you said, I don't know. Again, I don't know why it works this way. Winter should be the time that everybody brings their stuff.
I tell everybody that, and it doesn't matter.
And it doesn't. It never happens. And then, and the summer is kind of, it can be busy, but not what it. But I mean, you hit January 1st, February. It's just everybody's like, oh shit, it's almost sunny.
Mine is when it hits sunny. As soon as it hits the sun, it's
when there's 60 degrees, it's I should probably get this done.
Yeah, they're like, oh, let me get my bike out. Oh, I forgot to do everything to it.
Yeah.
Okay, let me take it here. And then I'm like, oh, okay, I'm 2.5 weeks out. Sorry.
Yeah. Conrad, he had a post on Instagram. He was changed the oil on his Ducati and stuff. And I'm like, God, you're so ahead of me. I brought my bike to the garage. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna change a fork oil. That didn't happen. I need to order fork oil. I need to order clutch stuff, and then what else did I need to do? like brake fluid, just random BS stuff, get it ready for the season, which is not big. Which what'll end up happening is it'll be like a week later, a week before the first track day, and I'll be like, yeah, she's probably good enough to go.
Yeah, probably.
Because I'll just not have time to do it. But yeah. So did that dude ever get a hold of you with the 675, Tim?
No.
Okay. I did message him, and he's like, yeah, I haven't got a hold of him yet. I was waiting to hear back from so-and-so. And I'm like, hey, like, Jake can tune it. He tuned this dude's bike, whatever. He could try to get a hold of MPH.
Oh, yeah.
They never called him back. And then on the Facebook page for Fast Tracks, I forget the guy's name, whoever owns the place, that older guy. Well, the dad out of the two. He was like, hey, just hit us up for any of your needs. And Tim commented back like, yeah, I did call you. You never called me back. Stupid.
Yeah, I've heard over the years, I've just heard horror stories from MPH.
Yeah, it was good times.
But yeah, I mean, I've done multiple Triumphs in Tune ECU, and then, like I said, Woolwich dropped a bunch of Triumph stuff as well. So, we do have 7.
It was just so backed up. So leading into that, because I think some people don't know exactly what things you can tune, what software you can use to tune, etc. So let's see here. I'm gonna read some of this shit. Okay. So he was like, "Oh, tune ECU, whatever. Who can do that?" So like, what hardware do you have that you can utilize, and what systems can you tune with?
I mean, there's almost nothing that I can't do. So the easiest ones that like everybody knows is Woolwich Racing and FTECU. And so, FTECU is American based. They're pretty much owned by Graves. And then Woolwich is UK, but they have an American base there. And for the most part, those are pretty easy. You order a harness. For Woolwich, you have to have a communication box, but FTCU, you order a harness. You have to have a harness for Woolwich too, and then as long as they have a file available, you can get in and do it. So FTCU they probably don't even have half of what Woolwich has, and they have some different features. They're missing some that Woolwich has, but then they have a little bit. They have these team files, which are crazy expensive, but they're what my assumption is a lot of the stock 1000 and stuff like that guys run, because they have a lot of like racetrack stuff involved into it. But yeah, so FTCU and Woolwich are the main ones. Tune ECU, obviously.
Power Commander, right?
Oh yeah, all Dynajet products. Anything that is a piggyback fuel controller. So like the Bazzaz, the Power Commanders, 5, 6.
Whatever the Grom stuff is.
Dynajet also has Power Vision units that flash the ECU, and so I have like a dealer Power Vision unit for Harleys that I use on a lot of Harleys.
Hold on a second, Zach. Yes, Jake built my bike, and he also tuned it, and not some handheld flash like Gabriel. That's what I used to have on it. But Jake has all the hardware and software because he investigated that because of me. I was like, dude, we need to tune this. There's nothing out there. I kind of gave a little bit of a lead on where to get it, which also opened up the door for like all Aprilia products and Moto Guzzi, and then some other stuff that he, like just a couple of things that he couldn't tune. But yeah, Jake can tune the 660 with the hardware that he has now, and that's what he tuned my bike with.
Yeah, that's in the factory ECU, so that's not Rapid Bike or anything added to it. That's going through the factory. So once you start getting into stuff like that, so the 11MP stuff on the Aprilia, some of the Delphi ECUs that I do on Chinese bikes and stuff like that. All that stuff it's not like a user-friendly program that you just like open up like Woolwich. You're kind of pulling raw data from the ECU and then converting it over, and you need a couple different programs to play around with it, and then you can flash back onto it. But that stuff, really lets me get into stuff that isn't readily available. Like, for example, the 660s or the new RSV4s. Like, there's no Woolwich, there's no FTCU, nothing like that. You can't just like simply plug into it and flash it with somebody's already made software. So you have to go a roundabout way to do it. But yeah, we can do that. So the A-Racers, I've done A-Racers on, like you said, the Groms. We've done them on Z125s. I've done them on KTMs, all kinds of stuff. So A-Racer is a standalone ECU. So we can do pretty much all the standalone ECUs too. So A-Racers for all those bikes. You have Thundermax for Harleys.
Let me ask you this: is there any bike that you can't tune that you know of? As far as software goes, and I mean, you have the hardware for a lot of things, but software-wise, I'm pretty sure that you can figure anything out. Because, I mean, it's essentially kind of all the same. It's just learning that kind of particular software if you haven't seen it, right?
Yeah.
But as far as a bike, is there any bikes that you just can't tune?
So off the top of my head, I mean, I can't think of any. I mean, there's certainly going to be, like, some older stuff that's going to be difficult. Like, if you look into some, like, super early SRAD, like, right when fuel injection started getting put into Suzuki, maybe some of those. I mean, I haven't really got much of that stuff to try. Maybe some super early, like, late 90s fuel injection stuff, possibly, but anything, within the last 15 years, off the top of my head, I can't think of. I mean, I'm sure there's something that I would have to do some digging or figure out, but, I mean, pretty much most of the brands we can do. Again, like I said, I do a lot of Chinese bikes that have kind of a wonky ECU that certainly doesn't have any support from anyone for, because, it's an $1,800 bike that gets shipped to your door.
And then the other question, not really a question, but the other thing, because a lot of people, they buy Flash Tune, whatever. What's the major advantages from a dyno tune from like you versus a Flash Tune, and then also what's a general price comparison between having you dyno tune it versus buying a Flash Tune? Because you have an idea what the Flash Tunes cost.
Yeah, I mean, they do vary, but some guys are super proud of them and they sell them for like $450. There's some guys that are more reasonable in the 300s, but I don't think I've really seen any like mail-in flashes that are much cheaper than that.
I mean, up maps in the up in that way, and if you have to change anything, you have to pay $100 per map. And
yeah. So for the most part, I try to keep the dyno tuning pretty similar. I mean, it can fluctuate a little bit if you have to get like ECU licenses or something funky like that. But it's most of the Japanese stuff, a lot of the European stuff, it's going to be like $525 as a full dyno tune, versus whatever you'd pay for, if you're ordering stage 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever, like you're ordering for, a flasher that you get from somebody.
What's the major advantages of, having a dyno tune versus just getting a Flash off-the-shelf tune?
So, depends on the bike, but some bikes you can get, like, really, really like drastic changes in the bike. So, for example, a lot of the little bikes, you're not just like adding a pipe and an intake to it. You're doing big bores. People are porting cylinder heads, and so they're always all across the board. But yeah, I mean, when you buy a Flash from somebody, essentially what they're doing is,
let's say, because I want to boil this down to like what most people, right, are gonna do. Okay, I put a pipe and filter on it. Well, it's easier for me to just buy a Flash Tune. Why would you advise for a dyno tune, outside of the fact that's what you do, but why would you advise towards a dyno tune versus just a Flash Tune?
Well, one of the big things is, you learn more about what you're getting. So, like, obviously, if you come and I'm flashing your ECU, like, there's so many things we can go over that a lot of people won't even look at, like, when you're doing just a mail-in tune, from whatever company. Like, if you have a 1,000cc bike, like, for example, you have a ZX-10, you can send it out and get it flashed and cool, everything's good. Or we can, do well, the easiest thing is like everything is mapped perfect for your bike. First off, because when you're buying an internet flash, it's just either they had a bike with similar mods, they had a bike with the same mods, they had a bike with a pipe and an intake, and so they're just getting it close to it. And hopefully they did everything right there. But then again, the kind of customizing part, you know, like if you have 3 power modes, we can play with those 3 power modes and do whatever you want. You know, if you drag race the bike, we can pull a bunch of power out of first, pull a little bit of power out of second, and then have third through sixth that are full power. You know, if you want like a map that has a softer hit but still has full power, you know, you could have like an A mode is just full power everything. B mode, you know, peak power is going to be the same, but it's going to be a softer hit going up to it. You can have, you know, you can leave rain mode alone, or you could change rain mode if the ECU supports another fuel. You could have rain mode as like full power, but on MR12 or on E85, and so you can really tailor it to. Well, you can get it tailored to you if you bring it for a custom dyno tune. As to where a flash, you know, again, if they offer something cool, but you know, you're kind of filling out a form and then just getting back what you get, and hopefully it's good. I actually do a lot of just like baseline runs because guys want to see what their bike does when they get a mail-in flash. So everybody's still curious about what the bike does, even if they pay to mail it in. And so like you're 3/4 of the way, or you're paying all the way there for the flash and the evaluation run there. So you know it's not really like a money saver to not get it dyno tuned.
Got ya.
And unfortunately, there's a lot of people that because like anybody can get access to Woolwich, right? Like quite literally, you could buy the stuff right now, and you could advertise that you know tune ECUs, you tune bikes, you'll sell a mail-in flash, and like if you have some kind of credit to your name, like whatever, you were a popular racer or you already have an established business or something, you know, people will trust you off of your name, and that doesn't mean you know the first thing about tuning the bike. You might like, oh yeah, I bought this, I tuned my bike on it, and it seems to run good, so I'll offer that as a mail-in service now. And so you don't really know the credibility behind the people. And again, a lot of people will think that a company is credible and all this and that. Just because of the name of what they are, or somebody that does something for them, or something like that. And so, yeah, it's kind of a bad market right now, honestly. You know, there's so many people that want to make a buck really quick and do like an online flash. And it is very lucrative for sure. I mean, somebody mails you an ECU, you upload a file onto it, and you make $300 and you send it back. Like, that's pretty lucrative since you don't have to do much. But at the same time, you know, you have to make sure you get with a really good company. Like that's why I don't sell ECU flashes online, because there's just too many things that can be different, and you know, I would rather just set it up and do everything, you know, correct for the bike I'm working on, and have everything good to go.
Right on.
Instead of just kind of, you know, getting it close enough.
If anybody has any questions for Jake on that stuff, holler at him. I have a couple topics to cover, just like some random kind of questions I got in the last couple weeks that I figured I'd or things that kind of popped up, whatever. So one is like I got some parts in, like so I always consult with the customer, like if we're doing, especially engine parts, if they're greasy, dirty, whatever, you know, to make sure that, you know, they're as clean as possible, because I won't put them in my blast cabinet or start on them until, you know, I make sure they're clean. I don't want to contaminate my media and things like that, which will end up causing me more issues down the line with other parts. But not only that, but it's also going to, you know, it's going to contaminate your part. The powder coat's not going to come out as good, etc. So, you know, get them as clean as you can. But if they're not, or you don't have the ability to do that, then, you know, I've got to say, oh, what's your hourly rate? I charge $100 an hour to clean your stuff. So, it's really good for you to just make sure they're clean when you bring them to me. And it's not like I'm not trying to beat anyone down, like the customer that I had or whatever. He didn't know the process, the expectations, or whatever like that. I mean, he knew the expectations, I guess, but there was a difference in view, I guess, of expectations. But now he knows. But that's essentially it. Like, if I won't put it in my cabinet, then it's $100 an hour for me to clean your parts.
And that's like clean isn't like, oh well, it's not dripping stuff. It's clean. Like it can very clearly not be dripping anything and be absolutely horrible.
Yeah.
Like even if you spray it down or rub some dish soap on it or something like that, that still doesn't mean it's clean.
Right. And like if it's got grease and dirt and stuff on it, like, and I just stuck it right in my blast cabinet, and all that stuff's gonna get embedded and circulate, and it's just gonna contaminate everything. But not only that, but when I'm blasting it, am I taking paint off or whatever? Am I etching the surface? Yes, but you're also just pushing dirt into the aluminum pores. Steel's not as terrible, but it still sucks. I mean, you're going to push dirt into stuff. So it's going to end up, you're going to have, you wouldn't end up with a worse product because I just wouldn't do it. I'm going to charge you. I'm going to contact you first. I'm not just going to do it and say, oh, hey, another $100 or $200, whatever it takes to clean, but I'm going to at least let you know. The other thing is I had somebody wanting Cerakote on side covers for a dirt bike or whatever like that. I typically if you want Cerakote stuff done, like most stuff I do is high temp, but I just always push powder coat for like case covers and things like that. Because you're going to rub on it with your boot and this. Well, where? Yeah. Is it way more durable than Cerakote? I think so. I mean, Cerakote is tough. It's ceramic, but it's also, if you know what's about ceramic, it has, brittle tendencies to it, where powder coat has more of, it's not, but I'm going to say plastic type or rubbery type. It can flex. I mean, I have a video I put up like a long time ago where I did a piece of aluminum foil with like 2-3 coats of powder coat, crinkled this stuff completely up and then flattened it back out, and, it didn't crack off or do anything weird. I don't know how Cerakote would react to that, but I just, the flexibility of powder coat and the durability to me is higher than Cerakote, so I always recommend that, and that's what we end up doing. Also for like color stuff, I've, this is just, for instance, a guy, I just did that strut bar for a Z, like a rear strut bar for a Z, and you picked a color or whatever, and when you go on like Prismatic or any of these websites or whatever it is, you see the color or whatever, and people don't really read past that. They go, oh, there's the color, there's the name, this is what I want. That particular color was Golden Sands, which is actually a top coat. It has to be laid over top of something else. And, it could be laid over like a super chrome or metallic silver or whatever. And all that stuff actually makes a difference of what the color is going to look like. So when you are investigating colors and you find something that you like, you can always ask me, or at least try to read the description and see. In this case, it all worked out. It was exactly what we wanted, but, make sure that, I guess I know what the underlying coat's going to be, and I'll probably ask you anyways, but, there's different ways of layering those things that make them look a lot different. So, you always tell you like, hey, go ahead and look and see what you can look online. I got like 5 different suppliers. You can go online and look at some of their stuff, but, what was it? It's spotless clean. You have to perform. Yeah. Anyways, so if you find something, then just, tell me what it is. We can look at together, and then I can kind of notify you if it is, oh, this is a 2-coat color. This particular one is with like a metallic silver, but we can do other stuff like to kind of get it to where you want it, or if you want exactly that, at least I know exactly the color combo that needs to be. Also, a lot of times I've had people bring over like, or, oh, I had this done by someone else, and it's like, well, I don't know, like a candy red over chrome or whatever. Well, it kind of sucks when you get in this situation, because the candy red, like, the more you layer it, the darker it gets. And whoever did it before, I don't know their process, if they did 1 coat, 2 coat, 3 coat, whatever it is to achieve that particular color.
So like when you're trying to match it?
Yeah, the candies are just like, any of the translucent stuff is just extremely hard to match. So I definitely recommend like either have the same person do it, or just redo all of it if you want it to match. I mean, I've only ran that case like 1 or 2 times, but it's, if you're trying to match stuff and it's on like a bike or something like that, well,
It probably wouldn't be too bad if it was like top and bottom, right? Like not close to each other.
right, yeah.
But if it's like a frame and then a foot peg or something like that are just
yeah,
literally sitting on each other.
This was like triple clamps and like headlight.
Yeah.
It was just, on a
So you're gonna be
Harley.
looking at them together.
Yeah, it was kind of wild, but and then
What about paint matching?
you could do it. Like, so people are like, oh, you can match paint. So there's a lot of colors that if you go to Prismatic and different things like that, one of the ones, All Powder Paints, they have a list of they have a lot of automotive colors. So you can get like a Jeep, like specific blue. They've already made the color. But if it's something that's not there, then yeah, you can actually get custom powders made. They're about $100 a pound.
Aren't there particular colors that are like, there's like a given standard for them or something like that, like across paint, powder?
Well, there's RALs, and those
that's-
aren't.
yeah,
I
maybe
mean,
that's what I was thinking.
those aren't really used in. I mean, for chassis stuff, maybe like that. But when you're talking like paint codes type stuff, that's way more specialized. And I mean, there are some matches that are very, very close, and then there are some, like I said, the all powder paints. They do have like a list of stuff. Like they have a lot of Polaris, like the Manta Green, and those type of things that are like pretty commonly used because they're side by side, and people are getting that stuff made. So that color is already kind of out there. So if you're looking for something specific, we could try to help you find that or whatever. The last one, which I get asked a lot, and I hate this question because do you have chrome powder coat? Yeah, I do. It sucks. I'll be quite honest. Like, I mean, you could see some parts I did, and people could say in the pictures that looks pretty good. It does. Pictures do a lot for that, especially with good lighting and stuff. You get a lot of reflection, but just in person, you put it next to a piece of chrome, not even close. You can just tell it's not chrome. I tend to say it's more like kind of like a semi-polished aluminum. You get a reflection in it, but it's just not that real deep reflection. And I have a lot of people that want to try to get that chrome because it's very hard to get anything chromed right now in general, and it's expensive, but I'm close. I can do the stuff, but same time, it's just not going to be what they want. I always try to push them away from it. If they want to see it in person, I could show it to them, but it's just like, man, it's just not. I have some people, excuse me, some people that I do some old bike stuff for this guy, and it's perfect for him. Like it works, because it's not, that was never really like crazy bright chrome to begin with, but it works for him, and that's fine. But most of the time, the super chrome powder coat is used as a base coat to lay all the translucents over, like the candy reds and blues and golds, etc. So I always try to push people away from that. If you want chrome, just get chrome. I mean, it's just easier that way. But
Chrome's nasty to do the real chrome.
yeah, Connor, you're right. You're talking about Harley parts as far as what, like just trying to match them or what? Sorry, I was on a roll there and didn't even see what was going on. Okay, well, sorry I missed that, but it's only 2
I'm
minutes
sure
ago.
it'll pop back up.
Oh, the paint codes, yeah, and they do like you can get like when I was the other day, I was on All Powder Paints. They had like denim silver, which is I had a 07 Street Glide that had denim silver paint, and that's a pretty weird color. So yeah, there is, but like I said, All Powder Paints actually has quite a bit, like the Tequila Sunrise Orange, or like some of these the Big Blue Pearl. They actually have some of these newer paints on hand, and you can actually get the actual powder coat. That's I mean, it's damn near identical, if not exact, but it's just in a powder coat form. So there is stuff out there. It's just you got to know where to look. So, all right. So, man, this is the week, man. I mean, racing returned last week, right? Or was it? Yeah, it was last week. What? Or the week before?
It was the week before. It wasn't
Yeah.
last weekend. It was the prior
World
weekend.
Superbike. But this weekend we got Daytona. We got MotoGP. It's going to be fantastic. I think let's pop on World Superbike first. Dude, what a great opening. I mean,
It was
blew
a
my
bit
mind.
strange though.
Yeah, the pit stop thing was just like you couldn't tell there was
the pit stop was
Yeah,
dumb.
it was just weird, man. It was like who's in first, who's in second. Did they get a penalty if so it made for some like weird racing. Now the pole race, super pole race was like okay, you could follow it better, but
Yeah, and then race 2 because they axed the pit. But
yeah.
what I thought was crazy was both how good Beluga or whatever,
Yeah, Nicola Bulaga.
how
yeah.
good he did, but then how far he fell off.
Yeah, that was weird.
Like
and
he killed it. He was killing it. Race 1, like all the practices, qualifying, killing it. Race 1 kills it, and then he's just like, I'm done for the weekend.
yeah,
I'm tired. I'm gonna.
and Bautista just like showed up random. You know,
It was
he
like they traded bikes.
yeah, it
Like,
was
okay,
crazy.
there's one good bike, and you guys get to decide who rides it.
And Ray's weekend was completely fucking ruined.
Yeah, he was
pissed.
He was not happy at all.
What was the issue?
the rear was chattering, is what he was saying.
Yeah, it was something weird going on.
and he
with the
said they
bike.
just whatever they did, they couldn't figure out. But Aguera or whatever, the other guy on his team, he was
on Ray's team.
on Pata Yamaha. Aguilar, maybe was that it?
Yeah. I think it was.
He was doing great. Like
Right.
he was a front runner, killing it.
What's up, Simcoe? Yeah, and it was, the first race, like I said, I almost dismissed that one because I'm like, what's going on? Top Rat kind of got his team kind of screwed him on that. But the big news of the weekend, like Lowe's, man.
Dude, that was insane.
like
That pass on Batista in race 2.
amazing kid. He
Like even Batista was like, "Yep, all right, he
that
wins."
was dude, it's the best I've ever seen him race.
100%. Like without a doubt, I would have never ever put him
Did he
in that
change crew
position.
chiefs, right?
Well, he has Ray's old crew chief now.
Yeah. So,
and he
yeah.
said that was a big part of like his weekend going so well.
Amazing.
And it probably was, but it is crazy how big of a difference there was from last year to race 1 here. It's like
And
it almost looked like there was, one good bike, and Ray got to ride it last year, and now he gets on it this year.
I don't know if it was that good. Yeah. Around the outside Lukey Heights. Yeah, that was freaking
it was amazing.
You know, the other awesome thing about that was
that was basically like as soon as I went to say that, I just lost everything I had.
the like really
Days of Thunder.
oh yeah
Where he's like, the tires will hold, go around,
Yeah.
and he's like, okay, I'll go around. Like that's what that was right there.
And what an amazing thing! The first weekend, his brother's in there racing with him,
Yeah.
and they get to have that moment twice.
Yeah,
on
they
track.
both just like stopped and
Dude,
he's
like,
like, dude, what are you
such
doing out there?
amazing
You're
thing.
amazing.
Yeah, well, that was fantastic, man.
Ione was doing good. I thought he was gonna kill it in the sprint, and then whatever happened. I don't know. I didn't end up reading what happened, but he had some kind of technical that
yeah,
it looked like it was something with like his clutch side or something. But
yeah, it was man, it was like clutch shifter. I don't know, maybe Simcoe who he probably knows, remembers, and pop it in there. But yeah, I mean, dude, what a weekend! You got Iannone, Pedrosa was doing good. Not Pedrosa, shit. Petrucci was doing really good.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
Petrucci,
like
yeah.
the whole grid was just looking like, well, except Honda.
yeah,
They kind of look like shit.
well, Eker's hurt, so he
Yeah.
wasn't even there. And then like the first test that they ran, because that bike got another change. And so the first test they ran, they said it was looking positive. And then the test before the race that they did, they were like, well, it sucks. I don't know what's wrong with it. And then the race, nothing happened. So
Yeah, it's can't wait for the next one. It's going to be fantastic. And
I mean, like if Lowe's rides the way he did, Lowe's is going to be a title contender this year.
and old Bautista crying about the weight thing. Well, first off, before he came in strong there at the end, if Nick or Bulliga can do it, he could do it too. Yeah, I mean, like, give me a freaking break.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, he can whine all he wants, but I think Top Rack's gonna have a little
and
bit. Like,
wasn't it 7 kilos?
yeah, it's something.
Like I'm
stupid.
not arguing that you're not gonna feel that on a bike at that level, but like it's 7 kilos. It's really
Yeah.
not that much. Like
But Top Rack's got some work to do. I mean, like, it didn't. I don't know. It wasn't. It wasn't like normal Top Rack.
no, I mean I think he was still figuring it out. Like he wasn't on the brakes as good as he usually is, and he was less aggressive than he usually is. But I would attribute it to just like learning the bike still.
Yeah, and
Like,
the
he's
bike's
still just
super hard
figuring
on
it out.
tires too. So like, I
And
think
engines apparently.
Oh really?
Well, he blew
Oh,
that
yeah,
engine up.
yeah.
You know?
Yeah. No, but I think in Super Bowl races he'll be a huge threat. You know, I'm not saying he won't be in the long races, but I think like at the beginning, you know, he can still be a huge threat in the Super Bowls if he's still figuring things out because he can still just utilize that bike in a Super
Yeah.
Bowl. But
And the Super Poles will be a little like the Super Poles were basically just kind of like a normal race at this one because their tires could only last 11 laps.
right.
So like you could probably still wear a set of tires out early in a Super Pole race where the following Super Poles will be more like a free for all. Nothing's gonna get worn out. Just
right.
go.
Excuse me. So then let's move on. We'll talk GP at the end, but Moto America this weekend. Anybody who has like the Moto America app or whatever, you've probably went through the same BS crap that I had to go through trying to, you know, renew the subscription, and then you had to reset passwords, and then now there's a new app ready to go. Is that the new app? It's not.
I was gonna say I didn't even
The new
try
app looks
opening
like
it.
this. So here's the icon changed to white. So you have to go into your just re-download update the app. But hopefully it works a lot better than last year because it was a piece of shit last year. But
It was super garbage.
yeah, it was junk. But man, the grid for the 200 is just so stacked, dude. Hickman, Cooper.
Yeah, there's
Canepa.
definitely some weird names in there like that. Yeah, like Canepa and
Dude, it's
and
gonna
Hickman.
be. And then you got the OnlyFans twins.
that's so funny.
I wonder if they're gonna do that. Is that? I wonder if they'll. Well, no, they won't run it all year. They'll at least have one change like they did, or like last year where they went to the yellow bikes
I mean,
for the special thing. But like,
I feel
dude,
like it's just gonna be in the Daytona. I don't see him running.
they're
that.
not running. And oh wait, was those on?
Those are the V2s.
Oh,
Those
they
are the
were?
Daytona
Okay.
bikes. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, then that makes sense. But
Yeah, I think it'll just be the 200.
That's
that they do
hilarious,
that in.
though.
I mean, it's a full OnlyFans
yeah,
bike.
it's
Like,
great,
I bet they're gonna have matching suits and everything with it.
probably. But that's fantastic. I mean, dude, Heron brought that.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
know what I mean, that was all him. Dude.
He's brought so much though, like Attack with Fresh and Lean. Like he brung Fresh and Lean.
Yeah, I mean, I want to. What's up, Farkas? I do. Yeah, I mean, I'd like to go to Moto. I know that all the campsites are sold out already. Have been sold out for Moto America at Mid Ohio. I'll probably go up and watch it there. I mean, just drive up and then drive home the next, at night. It's not too far from us, so
I'm just gonna sneak in the pits with Mark.
I'll go with you. Hey, we could just be like, hey, we're press.
Yeah, there we go.
I'll just make press things up. I'll print them up.
Well, I told Mark I'd help him that weekend if he wanted help. So, but in that, Vezra and Gillum are running.
Yep. Vezra Gillum. Well, all three of the Rahals are running. Kayla,
Yeah.
Corey, and PJ.
Yep. I almost call him JP.
Hayes, Heron, Chavi. I mean, dude. I mean,
I think I know
Teague Hobbs. It's
Peterson's not going to be there, but I can't think
No.
of really any other like big Moto A names that aren't going to it that did go to it or
And
have
then
been going
there's
to it.
dude. There's got to be at least like probably 50 or 16.
Mesa's on a V2.
Yeah, I saw that. There's got to be at least 16 European guys, or
Yeah.
like, and I think there's probably 16 European guys. I think there's like 6 or 8 guys from Canada. Like
I did
huge.
read about a Canada team up there.
Yeah, Eslick for sure. Yep.
I assumed Eslick was doing it, but I didn't read anything about it. So is he riding the Triumph again?
Yeah, it's gonna be Eslick and what's his name?
Posh?
Posh. Yep.
Nice.
And then Hickman and that Cooper are on. They're on. Oh no, wait, they're on. They're not on Triumphs. They're on Yamahas, I think.
Canapa on a R6.
Oh yeah, they got the yard
Of course.
yard backing them, so why not? You know.
Of course. Yeah, TOBC. Yeah.
Yeah, man, Farkas, it'll be sweet, man. Hopefully that'll be a continuing thing. Track surface is good because, like, closest we could do is go to Pitt, which, I mean, Pitt's not bad, but, like, for me, and, you as well, probably, it's, what, an hour or something? It's so much closer, so it's awesome. I do like Pitt, though. There's a lot of good viewing areas and stuff, so, but, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, Mid-Ohio is my home track, so... Like, it's going to be really fun to watch them because, again, it's always fun when you can, like, see fast guys race, like, on a track that you've ridden at.
Oh, yeah.
And so you're like, oh, wow, I am not fast at all. Or, how do they do that? This is incredible.
Yeah, hey, thanks, Farkas. Glad they came out good for you. Your brother seemed happy with the calipers I did for him, so good on that. What else do I got here? Oh yeah, we just pretty much covered all that. Interesting to see.
I mean, if it's good pavement, like, that's going to be 26s, 20, 25s, like, that's if the pavement's good, that's what I'm guessing. I mean, it could be lower, like, but they also, I'm sure none of those guys have been on that track in years because why would they?
Yeah, so I mean, as long as they have not been on it, and then as much as the electronics and stuff are, I'm not saying they're not going to figure it out, but like next year, the lap times are going to be completely fucking different.
Yeah, I think it's like a 23.5 that Spies did, and that was obviously in good condition track. Not as good as bike, obviously, like a way worse bike, but at the same time, like, how many laps did Spies have on that, right? Like, he's probably had thousands of laps on there, so
yeah. Ray Hull's gonna be giving them all the tips. I mean, yeah. You can give them line. I mean, a lot of those guys have ridden Mid Ohio anyways, but I mean, knowing the line and where to be at, and actually, it may not matter too much now from what they knew because. They would have ridden that track a little bit different with the way the pavement was, and now it's going to be a little bit better. I mean, the line's going to be generally the same, but there's probably some areas where you're like, okay, make sure you stay off of this or this.
I would think it's honestly going to be 26 or so for the average expert. No, I mean, well, if you're talking track day, like advanced guys, or if you're talking like actual race, so like a track day advanced guy or like coach, front runner, something like that, they're going to be in the 30 to the 32 mark. And that was with the old pavement. So, the new pavement this year, 37. Come on, Kevin. It's not that slow. But you're going to be like, again, Mark will go out there and put 30s down. I think Kerr was running 29s a few years ago at Weira. So in that 30 to 32 mark is where a lot of the fast track day riders are going to be, like the fast guys. I mean, there's going to be 34 and 36s across the board and expert all day, but
it depends on what bike too. Like, you're talking 600 Super Sport, or you're talking 1,000?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just generalizing 1,000, right? But like, it's like two guys at 30, 32s, and everyone else is. No, come on now. I can name a lot of 32s.
Kevin, when's the last time? 98 you were at the track, or?
But the difference between a fast guy at a track day versus a professional rider, at a minute 30-second lap, that's gonna be 10 seconds easy. Like, professional riders are just so incredibly fast. It's insane. So yeah, I mean, again, with the fast guys, and track days and stuff, being able to hit 32s and whatnot, and these guys haven't riding the track in 10, 12, 14 years. I mean, what was it, like 08 or something like that? Was the last,
I mean, it's not to say that they haven't ridden that track. Who knows if they've ridden that track, but to actually like competitive race on that track.
Yeah, but truthfully, I really wouldn't say any of them have. I mean, why would any of them go to it? You know what I mean? Like, why would Heron go to it?
Well,
It's-
I'm sure
it's-
Gillum has. With Mark, I guarantee he has.
I mean, probably.
He went
yeah.
to Nelson with. Yeah, he was up there at Nelson.
yeah.
Jesus.
I was gonna say I wasn't there at all last year, so I couldn't say. But a lot of these guys, like a lot of these, West Coast, living in California and stuff like that. I think Jake Gagne's in Colorado, right? Skoltzes is out there somewhere. There's no reason for those guys to come over here to look at Mid Ohio. Like they might come back to look at Barber.
Yeah, I mean,
But-
but some of those guys probably ran Mid Ohio back in the day club racing because some of those guys did go club race at some of those series and stuff. when
Yeah,
they
now
were
I now I
younger.
know specifically like Jake Lewis has a lot of laps at Mid Ohio.
I'm sure
So
Hayes.
There's
for sure.
oh definitely Hayes. Yeah, I mean Hayes
Heron.
he
Probably,
was
I mean,
Heron won his Superbike championship on his R1 when they were still running Mid Ohio. So for sure those guys have definitely been on the track before, but I think it's it's going to take like you said this year is going to be feeling it out and they're going to be fast and stuff for sure, but next year, like if they have all the data going into next year and nothing changes,
it's gonna be wicked.
it'll probably
Yeah.
drop like 3 seconds off of them or something crazy.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see too, like how well HSBK does having two bikes and be able to get that data back and forth. I mean, I still think Heron's gonna be better than Baz. Like I personally think that just because he knows the
I think
track.
so too. 100%.
But there's probably some data that they can pull from Daz that's going to help Heron out. So that'll be good to see, if they can have a little progression with that. So, and then I'm also really looking forward to see now that they have a year's worth of data from the BMW,
yeah.
how, Bobier gets along.
Well, I mean, he was getting along just fine with nothing, so I think
Well,
he's going to
yeah,
be.
Yeah.
And Bobier has a lot of time on. Well, I shouldn't say a lot of time, but Bobier's got super sport time at Mid Ohio.
Yeah.
So, same with JD Beach. JD Beach has super sport. So there's a lot of. You can go back and watch some videos of these guys, and you'll see just how slow you are, how fast they are. Because, like I said, Jake Lewis has some. There's some Wira videos of Jake Lewis. I think he was running 30 flats on an R6. So yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
it's incredibly fast.
being around any Moto America guys, like, okay, not any Moto America guys, can't say that, but like the top Moto America guys, like Gillum, being around him on track and shit is like,
well,
it's-
you're
just feel-
not. You
just-
watch him pass you, and then you're like, hey,
I'm like,
there he
how?
goes.
What? How did he just get? Oh God, what in the hell? Yeah, like watching Gillum go by me at Nelson was like, what?
Yeah,
Like-
I had Taylor Knapp do that to me at Mid Ohio. Like he blew my doors off, tucked
Hey.
underneath me at 7. I'm
Hey
like,
man,
oh my
all I
God.
could say is I did stock 1,000 2 years ago, maybe it was more, and was in it with Mesa and Knapp and didn't get lapped in 8 laps.
Well, that's
That's
something
all
to be proud
I
of.
was, that's all I cared about. I'm like, as long as I get lapped.
You didn't catch anybody that planted into you either, so you know.
That's true, yeah. I mean, I novice in thousands kind of almost pointless, but I podiumed almost every race, I think, but yeah, that was better than better than getting podium in novice was not getting lapped by Mesa and fucking Knapp.
Yeah, so I didn't even know Knapp was on the track, so it was a twilight. And so twilights were basically like
No, Connor, I actually podiumed. I got in that race, what did I get? I think I got 3rd or 2nd in novice 1000, but they run novice and expert in the same class. So those guys are like, we're just lap traffic to them, basically.
like both classes go out at the same time. They're separate classes.
Expert's
but-
always in front
Yeah.
when we take off because they're obviously faster. But they did lap people. Actually, Knapp ran directly into that Derek Johnson dude. Like I saw that shit. That was wild.
that was brutal.
Actually, that was a different. That wasn't even because that was in. I raced in the stock. I think it was super stock, and I think that wasn't super bike because I rode in that one too. There was one more other race that they rode in. It may have been like senior. I don't know, whatever it was, but yeah, he got. Fuck, man, that was brutal.
Yeah. So like I said, I didn't even know Knapp was on the track because it was a twilight, and Twilight is basically just intermediate and advanced, and coaches kind of go out and play until
Yeah.
sundown, right? And so it was a really low count out there. There's maybe, I don't know, like 10 people or something. So you're kind of riding by yourself for the most part. And then there's this $12.99 just right up underneath me and then tucks me. And I'm like,
Lewis.
no, Nap.
Oh, Nap.
Yeah, and I was like, what the, and I go back and me and Mark are just talking, and he's like, yeah, did you see Taylor Knapp out there? And I'm like, oh, that's who that was.
Do you ever
Okay.
see that
I was
he
wondering.
does an opposite leg dangle?
Knapp?
Yeah.
No, I was too in awe at how he was doing what he was doing.
So instead of like if you're going to a right, a right hander, right? If you watch GP or any like Moto America, whatever, you're going down the straight and there's a right hander. That right leg comes off.
Yeah, it's inside.
Yeah, well, Knapp does the opposite leg.
That's weird.
It is fucking really weird, man. Yeah.
Well, he probably couldn't because he would have kicked me.
Well, that's true.
So he probably kept it in during that time, but then no, I was just in awe of how he was doing what he was doing.
It's wild.
Like it was just astonishing, and I was like, okay, well, I might as well just pack her up now. Like
There was a kid at when we were down at NCM last year. Man, I can't remember his name. I think he's
was it Gabriel
No.
De Silva?
No, this is young. This is young kid. I can't remember his name now. Moto America kid. I wasn't Rossi Moore. No, I forget who it was. But he was he had his 400. He was riding 400 that season. And
Okay.
But he had an R6 too,
Mhm.
and I felt disrespected. Like, it was ridiculous. It wasn't Banish. It wasn't Rossi Moore either. I can't remember who it was. Connor, what'd you say? Yeah, get out to the track, man. Yeah, we're like, you check if you want to go to Nelson's. I coach up there. Mid Ohio, Pitt's awesome, except N2.
That's the only thing about Pitt is like you got to go with
Block.
N2 and
Black. It was it was Blackman. What I don't know.
Okay, but he raced a 400 in Moto A.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I very fuzzily know who you're talking about. I never saw him ride at NCM though.
Yeah, I think it was. I can't remember. I forgot now. But I know DeMario was down there too. And that kid's fast as shit. And yeah,
We had Gabriel out there because Track Day Winner was sponsoring him, and he was on an R6, and I'm pretty sure he was doing, don't quote me, but I want to say it was like 56, 57. Yeah, right? Like incredible.
You're right. It wasn't Blackman. I can't remember the kid's name now. I'll just completely just not. Let's just get off that topic because I won't remember. But years and years and years ago, when I went to Jennings with this private group and we were down there, my buddy Jason Bowman rented it out, and we went March, and it was right before Daytona. And when we were getting there, all the MA guys, or probably I don't know if it was MA then, but AMA, whatever you want to call it, they were all packing up, and it was like KTM trailer, like the whole thing, right? And then they wanted more time, so he knew De Silva very well, so he started talking to him, and Benny
Soltz.
Soltz, yeah, and they were like, hey dude, is there any way that we might be able to get like another day, like we'll pay whatever? And he's like, yeah. So then what was supposed to be like your average track day, we did have Carr, Matt Carr.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He was kind of part of that too, and which he's ridiculous fast too. But like,
was Matt Carr on Ducatis?
yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
So
That's what I thought.
that was my first time that I ever got passed so hard that it scared me.
Yeah.
Because usually you're an intermediate with somebody or whatever, right? So like, but it was completely open. Just go out when you want. So I'm like on the back section of Jennings, never been there before, learning the track, think I'm fucking killing it on my 750 jig or 600 Gixxer, and then whoa, fucking right up the inside on that 1099R or whatever it is. I'm like, Jesus Christ. And then Solis and
Was Benny on a CBR?
yeah, I think it was CBR.
Dude, he killed it on a CBR for the longest time. It was incredible.
And then who else? Remember the chick I told you? What was her name, man? Melissa Parrish. I think wasn't Melissa Parrish? Yeah, I think so. When she was riding XR 1200s, yeah, I got passed by her and shit. Like it was just, I was like, okay, understandable. Like I get it now. But,
Yeah.
But I mean, that was pretty grotesque, But like now that I'm faster and I'm pretty quick, getting past now is even worse because I feel like I've come a long way and yet I have not. I mean, that long,
That's it. It really opens your eyes.
Oh,
like,
it's
wow.
just insane.
I thought I was okay. Guess not. Pretty
But
terrible.
like, it does make me feel good though when like I was at NCM and I was only like a second off. This is when my R660 was down on power. I was only a second off Chris Parrish's laps. So
Yeah.
I was like, not bad.
How far off were you from Gillum's?
Well, he wasn't there.
12
But-
seconds.
Yeah, but that's a different bike. At least Parrish was on a twin. Now, granted, it was a SV, but probably 80 horsepower one.
I
or
think
whatever.
I wanted to say he did like 52s or 50s or
Gillum?
something like that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can't do that.
I don't think there's many people that can. That's
58
incredible.
is best I've ever done, and that that's. I felt like, oof.
I did. I'm pretty sure it was 58s because I had Mark's time around there when I was racing with Rusty around, and I did a couple 58s, and then I did a couple rolls in the gravel trap.
Yeah, I can't wait to go back because I'm more comfortable on the bike. The last time I was down there, the bike was built and shit, but it would. The problem is now I only go once a year, so then it takes me half a day to be like, okay, remember all this,
Yeah.
and get back comfortable, and then start pushing it. So when me and Tim went last year, it was like day 2. I started to get down into the 203s or 204s on the 660, which is respectable, but I know I can do a 2 or under. Like if I can do a second off my lap at Nelson, which is faster.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like shaving a second off a minute and 10 is a lot easier or harder to do than shaving a second off 2 minutes.
Yeah, well, not only that, but the straight. It's just a faster track in general. I would say top speed or average speed is faster around Nelson 100%.
Oh well, for sure, because Nelson's a flowing track, right? NCM's
Yeah.
technical.
Exactly.
So,
So that's what I'm
definitely.
saying. Like, I think there's more time. I could easily get within that. But goddamn, did a 48 on stock bike. What 48? What?
He's probably talking about NCM, like Gillum doing a 48 on a stock GSX R1000.
Oh, Gillum did a 48 on a stock bike. Yep. Yeah, I don't know when I'll be back there. Like, I won't be going by myself. It costs too freaking much. I usually try to get somebody else who wants to go with me, and all my friends have dried up from racing pretty much. So, but hopefully, we'll get Tim will want to go. Zach, what did you do on your 660 down there?
Connor will pay for us all.
Hey man, I'm a charity. I'm a charity. You can give me any money you want. I'll take it. Especially when my shit gets 9 miles a gallon and I'm pulling a house behind me. So it's whatever. But yeah. Now on to GP. This weekend. What are your predictions, sir? What are you thinking?
Well, my heart wants me to see.
No, not what your heart
Hey,
says.
listen. Grassini has won the last. Is it 3 years? I know it's at least 2.
Yeah.
It might be 3.
Well, I know they won last year. I think the last 2 they definitely did.
Because I know Anea won. And
Connor,
then,
I got a scooter you can ride. It's 6 scooter too. It's an Aprilia.
6 scooter. So my heart wants me to see Grassini win again, with obviously Mark doing it. But I have a feeling Mark is going to be very similar to what Top Rack did. Like, he'll be out there and he'll be in the mix and stuff, but he's not going to be like, oh, he's just dominating everything.
I had this conversation with my buddy Tim Dauberton the other day, and I'm like, I have no doubt that Marquez has, can win races and be a big threat. But I don't think he's had enough time on the bike yet, because it's such which we've discussed so many times before. It's such a different way. You can't ride the bike the way you want to. It has to be ridden a certain way, and that's not how Marquez does. And if he can figure that out, I think that it's going to be ridiculous. But that's just not his personality.
But
what I mean?
it's
his style and
it's been time after time that everybody goes, I'm not actually sure how he does that. So you never know. There could be something where an engineer's like, you know what? You're
look,
right.
I don't disagree.
I don't know how he's doing that,
I
but
don't
he is.
disagree with that. But that's also on the same bike for the last whatever years, and that bike didn't utilize aero like the Ducati does. It's a different thing, But I'm not a Marquez fan, but I would like to see him mix the things up. I'm rooting for Digi. I don't give a shit.
Of course.
Let's
everybody,
go Digi.
Well, everybody should root for Digi, but I think Mark is going to be in the mix. But again, I think it's going to be similar to Toprak. I think he's going to be in the mix, but he's not going to be the fastest at the weekend. And if he wins, awesome. But I don't think he will. That's what I'm hoping. I would love to see Alex on the podium. Like, I really want to see Alex on the podium.
You know what? It'd be good. Simcoe said, you said about Anea or, but I think Martin, like, if he's got that fucking fire, like, if you see him come out this first round and dominate, then this year is going to be on.
I think it's going to be. Like, I think, for me, the intelligent favorite is Martin. I put Martin over Pecco, honestly. But again, I mean, it's gonna be Martin and Pecco and
Bender.
A couple other Ducatis out there in the front.
Digi, Bender.
Hopefully the KTMs are in there for sure. Like, I always root for Jack. I love Jack. I just wish he could like get more than 3 laps and
I'm gonna make a prediction right here. The Aprilias are gonna be anywhere.
I don't foresee the Aprilias. Well, honestly, I would foresee the satellite Aprilia being further up than factory Aprilia.
Yeah,
I don't.
Well, unless he gets taken out and then he's
unless Mark hits him. Yeah. Like, maybe he'll be up, or I'll be up there, and then Mark will plan into him.
Or Oliveira, one of those two. But
you'll see what's his face out in the crowd, just mad, even though he's not a crew chief anymore or whatever. He's still just mad. But yeah, I think it's definitely going to be Martin, Pecco. And
who you think's gonna be at the back? The Yamaha
Maverick?
or the Hondas?
I don't think the Yamaha's gonna be in back. I think Rins is gonna surprise everybody. My fingers are crossed for Rins. I want Rins to be the absolute dark horse this year, man. Like, cool for Digi, but like,
well, they're always up in the outside the top 10.
Yeah, they will be outside the top 10. I agree with you for sure.
Or he said in or out. I think they'll be around there. That's where they floated all year pretty much, with a couple of little variations here and there where they were up in the top 5 or way in the back. But like, if they didn't figure out their electrical issues or their mechanical issues and shit, they're fucked again this year. They need to, like, if they can figure that out and be more consistent, that and the heat is outrageous on this bike.
Alicia's gonna qualify on the 3rd row, and then he's gonna finish 16th. Maverick's gonna qualify 16th, and he's gonna finish 18th. That's my prediction.
Maverick pole position and then lose 10 positions off the start.
Off the start, off the very, like, he'll be 17th when they go into the first corner. Yeah.
No, I think. So if I'm gonna say top 5, we're gonna see Pecco, Martin. I'm calling Digi right now, buddy.
No, I don't doubt Digi. I'm on board with it.
Marquez.
Which one?
I think Mark.
Okay.
I think he'll be 5th, but I think he'll be in the top 5.
Truth be told, I wouldn't be surprised if Alex beats him, but I want him to.
And then Bender. That's my.
You think Bender?
I think he's gonna be the surprise guy for the whole year. I think he's gonna be up there fighting.
You know what? Just like we play our GP here, I'm gonna go with Rins. I'm gonna put Rins up there.
Okay, well, we got to do the fantasy because I whooped your ass last year, so we'll.
Well, I think I did like 4 races when Mark was out that I just had him. I had him still subbed in.
Yeah, and then when I had Bezecchi and Pecco.
Oh my gosh! Right at like mid-season, you had him. You had both of those, and they were just like trading 1-2s. Taka. Come on now, Taka's a top 5.
You're saying no, Franco
Taka's easy podium.
Morbidelli is not going to be in the back.
No, he won't be in the back, but he won't be like I can see Morbidelli being top 10, but he won't. He's not going to be in the back. He's not going to be in the front. He's good enough to ride that bike, and that bike's good enough that he'll be in the top 10.
Yeah.
But he doesn't know how to ride it yet. I don't think. I'd like to, but he's got a fantasy too. We should join his so we can lose.
Well, did we? I don't think we even had we didn't do any type of payout last year. It was just all man bet. But
yeah, for sure. Yeah, he missed out on all that. So again, I think his skill on the bike is good enough to where he'll be able to get on it and do decent. But I don't put him in the back. But you never know.
I think
Taka for sure. Taka is definitely going to be in the back.
But you know what? He's
No
gonna.
questions.
But he'll always be there.
Yeah, that's true.
And like that motherfucker is like every season. It's like he just gets paid.
Taka's still in here. Okay, yeah, cool.
But you know what? I think he crashed less than every other Honda rider. So
I know. For a while he was the only one that had finished every race, but then I think he did end up not finishing one. But they were talking about Mir doing really well.
Well, you already have your own merch, so what do you win? you win. Somebody has to give you money. I don't get it.
But they were saying that Mir has made leaps and bounds over what he did last season. So
and we did leave out God
Fabio.
No, Luca or Marini.
Yeah, but I think I don't know. I like Mir better than Marini. So
I don't know. We'll find out. It's going to be awesome. Got so much racing to watch this weekend. I'm really also with Moto America. I don't know. I'm pumped to see what's his nuts. Gillam's partner. Why I always forget his name. Roden twins last year on the Robum. Kid with the attitude.
Teague.
No. God, Simcoe, tell me. I can't remember. He's on a bagger this year. Same Gillam's team.
Oh yeah. Oh. Dude, yeah. Oh my gosh, Landers.
Yeah, Rocco. I can't wait to see him on a twins bike too, like with the Suzuki, because it'll be interesting because he's obviously ridiculous fast. So to be able to see somebody else that's close with him, like Rodeo on the Aprilia, and see like that'll because they were pretty close last year at the end. Just talent and stuff. So to be able to see those two bikes, that can like to see which one performance wise, where they excel and one decel, etc. That'll be good to see. And then I just can't wait to see him on a bagger, like, dude. Because he's just such he can do some crazy stuff. I did listen to a podcast he was on, the Moto America one. They're like, hey, we got to ask this question when it'll be assholes or anything, but like, what's up with you in the rain? You ever, dude? He's like, he wrecked really big one time and lost all his confidence.
That happens.
I remember it was like, that's
a bummer.
Barber. He was like in first, and then it started sprinkling, and the dude just went. He dropped like 16 places, put his hand up. He's like, I'm out.
Yeah, that was that was 2 years ago with Fabio, maybe 3 years ago with Fabio.
Yeah.
Same thing. Like he was like killing it. Oh, sprinkles, boom, 3 seconds fell off.
Yeah, it's gonna be exciting, man.
Those are some of my favorite races. The mixed weather, like when it just sprinkles.
Yeah,
that's like the best race right there.
Some of those wild shit pull, like dudes still out on slicks. Like, what in the fuck are you do? But he pulls it off.
Or like the one where Jack was the only one to start on slicks, and the entire grid had to start 10 places back.
That was the most hilarious start ever. It was fantastic.
And he still didn't lead more than probably 2 laps.
Yeah,
God bless him.
Oh man, I freaking love Jack, but dude, like, he's just there's something missing there.
I don't know what I truly don't know what he does, like, because it's not a bike thing. He's done it on every bike.
Yeah. I buy the pass every year, the Alaman. Yep, that'll be fun to watch. Like I said, man, it's just gonna be so much good racing this year. This weekend, I'm excited to be able to watch shit all fucking weekend.
You know what I'd love more than anything in racing this year is like NGP. That is, if all the riders just stayed in the races.
Yeah,
like,
well, it's not gonna happen.
We don't all get injured and there's 4 riders out, because they're all broken
That's
and
not
stuff.
gonna happen.
It'd just be really nice to have all the riders there and healthy.
Yeah, hopefully, I really hope Cam cannot get hurt this year. But did you see that F1's trying to buy Dorna?
I did not know.
Yeah, the owners of F1 are trying to buy, or actually, it's very likely it's going to go through. But so they did own them before, apparently, and then they had to get rid of it. One, because of like a monopoly type thing.
Yeah.
So they were forced to get rid of one, and they dumped GP because it wasn't as profitable. But I guess for whatever reason, I don't know why, but they can have a ability to purchase it, and like they made an offer and stuff. So we'll see. Yeah, Netflix and Disney. Do you really, and Amazon actually, but Disney isn't in a position to buy anything. And if they did, they'd ruin it anyways. Netflix, that wouldn't be terrible. Amazon, I don't know. Bezos has got tons of money he can throw into it, but I mean, I don't know. F1 does really well. They manage it good. It makes a ton of money. I mean, why not? You know,
The racing's good too. I think the first race, Verstappen was ahead by like 20 seconds after like lap 3. So
yeah. Well, what's
it's
his name?
very
Had some,
entertaining.
what did he have, like a helmet issue or something?
I don't know. I didn't watch it. I just seen all the memes where it's like, 24 season starts and Verstappen's 20 seconds ahead by lap 3 already. So
It was somebody put like, congratulations to the 2024 F1 winner,
yeah,
like or champion.
It's already done.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Funny as hell.
pending catastrophic failure. It's over.
Well, yeah, man, that's gonna be good racing, good times. It'll be yeah. The ticket prices, yep, I agree with that. Not that I go to many, but you know. But yeah, so I don't know, anybody else got any Q&A? If not, we're gonna take off. I actually got some work to get done tonight, so yeah, if anybody has any questions. Jake, got anything else before we roll out of here?
I do not. I don't have anything. We've wrapped it up.
Thank you, everybody, for sticking with us, and sorry about the dysfunctional shit that happened. I got to remember exactly what happened, because I've ran into this more than one time. Yeah, proper mega proper. It's going to be good, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I ran into the audio shit the other time. It's just because, like, you have to kind of, like, cancel out a couple things, because, like, I have Safari and shit open, or not Safari, Google, and different Internet Explorers, and in order to pull the chat in. So if the audio is enabled there, it runs through, but the output is through the headphones, or through the, it's complicated shit, but I got to turn it all off. I just know that. So learn that. But yeah, guys, thanks for sticking with us. Sorry about the confusion up front. And outside of that, yeah, we'll be getting back with you again in another 2 weeks. We'll be able to discuss how awesome the weekend went and whatnot. So yeah, we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for hanging with us.
So yeah.